What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more J-drama score, and we're going back to the Kuro Coach or Kurokochi soundtrack. I prefer to call it Kurokochi because that's actually the name of the show in Japan, and it's the name of the main character. Kuro Coach is admittedly the name of the manga, and I get the idea that, Kuro in Japanese is black, and so, like, a coach in Kuro would be someone in the, black arts, and the main character does bend rules and break laws, but bottom line, I call it Kurokochi, so there you go. But we're going to listen to a tune from the second half of the soundtrack of the show. I mentioned before, the soundtrack is done by two different people. The first half, Dewa Yoshiaki, it's a very rock-driven sound, like instrumental rock. And then the second half of the soundtrack, more like traditional or typical score, orchestral sort of sound. That's done by Habuka Yuri. And indeed, we're going to listen to the tune 1968-12-10, meaning December 10th. And December 10th, 1968 is the day the 300 million yen robbery took place. Although Japan, it's officially classified as a theft because there was like no violence used, it was trickery, and they ran away from where the money was, so it's considered like a theft, not a robbery. Whatever. The point is, I mentioned before, we listened to the tune Jupiter, which was arranged by Habuka Yuri, composed by Gustav Holst, because it's based on the melody from Jupiter, the Bringer of Jollity, from Gustav Holst's Planet Suite. I did react to the whole suite, check it out if you're interested. And so yeah, that one was technically like composed by Holst, but arranged by Habuka Yuri. This tune, 1968-12-10, it incorporates the melody and the themes from Jupiter, but it's a larger sort of piece. So it's like, this one is, composed by Habuka Yuri, but it does invoke elements of the Jupiter theme along the way. This piece, as you might not be surprised to learn when you think about the name, it's used almost exclusively for when characters are flashing back either through memory or through their understanding of what must have happened, because it's often like, they weren't there, although a couple characters are old enough that they were there. But the point is, this music plays when they're showing footage of what happened like 40 years ago. Because again, this was filmed it's 2013, so it was almost like 45 years after it happened. So yeah, bottom line, this tune is called 1968-12-10. It's by Habuka Yuri, and it features when they're flashing back to the late 60s and the era of when the crime took place. So here we go, 1968-12-10 by Habuka Yuri on the Kurokochi soundtrack. context, when they're flashing back to the 68 scenes, they're always in black and white. So like this is playing over like, you know, stylized black and white footage, like. Love it. Again, it very much is sort of built around the main Jupiter theme. Though again, you know, that's not vocal. That's something that Habuka Yuri like arranged it for the track Jupiter. And then again, this one obviously is like using some of the melodic sort of moments in Jupiter, but then spread out within this larger sort of orchestral cinematic piece. Yeah, I love the sound of it. Again, it's sort of like epic, emotional. There's maybe a sense of loss, but it's not dark or like sad. It's still sort of like bright and euphoric in a way. So once again, shout out to Gustav Holst for the original sort of melody. Big ups to Habuka Yuri, and shout out to the show. Again, it's a very interesting show in that it starts from something that really happened and then, you know, speculates what if this is the way it actually played out. So I enjoy that element to it as a historian. But yeah, let me know what you think. Other than that, I will see you next time. Peace.